been a while since I've done a new video, so I figured I'd just do a little update on where we are. I've relocated the office, so I've got my Zenith 25DC56 solid state chassis. Got a 25-inch picture tube. Everything's pretty much original. I think I put maybe one or two new parts in it. It had something to do with a transistor on one of the horizontal drivers or something like that, on the horizontal board. But that TV is pretty much just as it was back in 1972, I think is when that one came from. This is my Motorola, my B1000, B10000, 1000, I think it's a B1000, BW1000 walnut. And I've just turned it on to demonstrate the how I'm using it now. I've just set up my turntable. I'll probably get copyright strike, so I can't go very long with this, so please bear with me. And we'll just go ahead and plug it in here. And we've got it set to phonograph over here. Now, that was Simon and Garfunkel. I just did it real quick. I had to turn the volume up quite high. Now, the problem I have is, no doubt this thing, which is pretty old, probably was never designed to work with the magnetic cartridges used on more modern turntables. I think that turntable dates back to like 1980 or so. The Fisher has a preamp stage here that allows to work with magnetic cartridges, but I'm pretty sure that thing's expecting to see, you know, a crystal cartridge or some other high output thing, so you have to really crank up the volume. It doesn't sound that good. Now, I do have somewhere, I hope I can find it, a friend of mine gave me a nice little standalone preamp. It uses a 12AX7. It's a little, it's modular like that. It's got a metal chassis. It's got a little 12AX7 tube on it, its own standalone power supply. And if I can find that, I'll put that together and hook it up between these two, just so I can listen to the stereo through this thing. Now you're asking, why don't you just use a Fisher? Well, the Fisher's great, but you know, I just want the speakers hooked up. I don't really want to fool around with it right now. I kind of really like using this thing, and the fact that it had this phono knob is neat. I'll go ahead and turn on the regular radio so we can see how it sounds. I'll turn the volume down so it doesn't blast me. FM stereo. So there's that. Let me turn this off. Cut that. And I don't want to get copyright strikes, I'll turn that down. But anyway, I just want to demonstrate the latest setup. You can see I still have the, that was like one of the earliest portacollars GE ever made. Probably dates back to 67 or so. It works very well. The move, when I relocated all my stuff, I just got it over here. Interesting thing about moving, the old office had turned into pretty much a junk pile of assorted garbage. So the plan was to start off with a clean room, so I completely cleaned out this room. Everything's off the walls, everything, and just bring in what I wanted, which is for work. So that's all over here. I'm not going to go into all that, but that left me with stuff in the other room. So what we're doing right now is getting everything. The TV stays for sure. The stereo stays for sure. That's for, entertainment during lunchtime. All this other stuff is redundant, so I'm probably going to put it back in the room, and I'm even contemplating some kind of an eBay store where I'll just have one room dedicated to various vintage electronic stuff that I want to sell, and I'll just take pictures of it. It'll be in one place. It'll be easy to get to. I'll decide whether or not I want local pickup only or ship, one way or the other, but it'd be nice to consolidate everything that I want to actually sell on eBay or Craigslist or whatever into one room, so it doesn't dominate the house. So it's spread out all over the place. It's all part of the whole minimalist movement where you're trying to get rid of junk that you never. I mean, some stuff I've had literally for years that I haven't even looked at, and that seems kind of silly. I got a whole boatload of stereos and amplifiers and such and such that I'm clearly never going to use. It seems pointless to have it. I was kind of thinking at some point I might go into a limited business out, where you sell vintage electronics. But that's not worth. There's no money there. I mean, it's not worth the time and effort. So I'm gonna just stop. So I've stopped acquiring inventory some time ago, and now the idea is just to get rid of what I have and try not to take a bath on it. But anyway, that's such as that. But I really would like to find that little tube amp and hook that turntable up and see how it sounds through that. That little thing is pretty neat. Not the highest quality as far as the sound, because it's kind of a goofy setup. The center section is a big woofer, and the two satellite speakers are mid-range sounding things, and basically it's kind of an oddball setup. Those two are independent tubes, each one, but the woofer is actually a sum of the two, and it's clearly designed to operate at lower frequencies, for audio frequencies, that is. So it's unusual setup. It works pretty well, and I guess the idea that the stereo effect really is more noticeable at the higher audio range. There's no real reason for no science behind that, but just seems to be the way it works. Anyway, that's it for now. I just wanted to show you the new setup. I got a couple of Wharfdales down there. I'll probably be selling those. I've got a couple Fishers. I'll sell at least one. I've got some other really nice stereo receivers that are all, fully refurbished, new capacitors where they're needed. Like the Fishers are known for having bias power supplies for the power output tubes that are suspect to going south, and when that happens, you end up smoking very expensive audio output tubes. So that's all done on both those Fishers. And just gotta clean up and get rid of some stuff, trying to lighten the load. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.